i7.
So what's special about this board, Feng?
Okay, this board today we'll be looking at the Icon i7 from VL Studios. The big point of today will be the big ol' screen. It's not here, but it'll be there. The big point is that it's not just any OLED like the Satisfaction 75, it's the screen like the Vita. So full color and GIFs.
Amazing.
And GIFs.
Why would I get this board instead of Vita?
You can't get the Vita anymore. Matrix stopped making the Vita. They only made the Vita Classic, and the Vita Classic doesn't have the infamous screen that it was famous for, so why bother, right? Besides just the whole like screen thing, it's honestly not a bad looking board. Each piece that you see here is all customizable at some way or some point. The color options for this are frankly ridiculous. There's a list that should be on the screen now. It's quite long.
The bottom weight that we see here is not brass.
It's not brass. This is anodized aluminium.
This is aluminium. And is there like a plan for brass weights?
Do not believe they have made plans for this, but I will need to confirm with this at a later date.
I understand that the Matrix Vita that we touched on is approximately $600 to $700. So how much does this board cost?
So for something like this, you're looking at somewhere about, during the China group buy, it was 1.3k RMB. It really is that budget option, like for something as customizable as this really is. However, there also needs to come to the expectation that you can't expect the level of polish of something that you see from Matrix. The quality that they can provide, even from China, is frankly unbeatable right now. Saying that, the surface coating for this and the quality that you expect from this is very far from the cheap metal boards that you see from some China OEMs that some gaming companies will pull out. So today we'll be using the joining keys matcher switches. These primarily have a longer pole stem and a really long spring. We'll be using them today because I think it'll look good.
It'll probably sound good as well, I hope.
I don't know. The PCB today we have will be the hotswap version. There will be a solid version, but we don't have it today. The compatible layouts for it will be somewhere on the screen. For the PCB itself, you're looking at a daughter board using JST-SH. However, you will not be able to use your standard unified daughter board cables. You can't just swap them out. You will break something.
Taking a look at the PCB from a layman's perspective, I see a lot of random LEDs scattered about. So there are a lot of shine through points, right? On the sides, and I think even on the logo itself.
Yes.
But one glaring thing I noticed, even with all these LEDs, they just refused to have under key LED. That's just something...
Sometimes you just can't win in life, man. For the stabilizers, we'll be using our good old Everglide V2s, because I'm old like that. All these new TX stabs, all these new stabies, these Power Lab stabs.
Zeal, why are your stabs $44? Why? I noticed when you put on the stabs, right? You put on this little shimmy little white colored things. What are these?
Okay, yes, we call these shims. So the PCB, I forgot to mention this just now, but this is a 1.2mm thickness PCB. Normal clip-in stabilizers and some screw-ins will have difficulties staying onto the PCB very tightly. What people have done to alleviate that is to add little shims, we call them shims, that will add thickness to the surface of the PCB to the bottom of the stabilizer. This way, it doesn't do the whole falling out thing.
Just looking at the side here, there seems to be like a little screw-in point there. So wouldn't that block the switch?
Yeah, it would. In our first time assembling this, we had a bit of a issue. The daughter board in the case, when pushed in with this switch in hand, it is impossible to remove the PCB plate assembly from the case itself. You need to remove the daughter board itself from this. Bug or feature? Probably a feature, but it's fucking annoying. So again, switches into a plate into PCB, you know how this goes. So
yeah, continue. Quick. So I think you have finished with the switches, except for one, because same problem with the AI03 Vega, where you can't install this.
Next up is the OLED module, the star of the show. It's this small little thing. As you can see here, on the ribbon cable, the cable is numbered 1 to 31. 1 will be facing the number on the PCB, which is 53 here. This does matter to the orientation, so please don't mix it, don't flip it over when you do this.
So pretty much just the copper contact should be facing up lah.
Basically, yeah. Primarily, there's a piece of 3M adhesive here that will it will go on top of it and you'll form a module that's nice and compact here, but I'm not going to do this now. This is the one that we've done previously. It's all nice and aligned, it's nice and straight. So for ribbon cable, there are two sides of it. One with the writing on it, which is specifications of it, and one side that doesn't but has a blue pad. Looking at the ribbon cable connector here, you open it up by just popping it open, and the blue pad must be facing upwards towards you. The metal contact must be facing down. So you just slide this over here, and then once it's in, you slide the lock back and it's in. This is the bit of a finicky part where we need to put the OLED module into the PCB here. In the top case, there is a slot for this to go in. So it fits in nicely like this, and the cable will run up over here. What you need to do is to put the PCB on. There's a little slot that goes in here. The cable will come out to here. Just pull it through, and you're looking to do the exact same thing that you did on the module. So you'll just bring the cable in, shove it in, and lock it up. Yeah, so it won't come out again. Then again, screw this in. It is advisable that you screw this in first, because or else the whole thing will come out with you. I'm a bit dumb here, I didn't do that. Okay, so now everything's fully assembled. Now you see why I said this just would look nice. The keycap set that we have on here is Lele Labs Crystal, like translucent. I forgot the word there, translucent. So you do see some of that green peeking out, but it's not really that obnoxious, and I think it does really complement the board color. As you can see here, a little light up, and then the screen's a little lighten up.
We have faced some issues with the compatibility of this. So essentially, the screen and the lighting would have to be programmed separately. So there will be a text guide later on, which will be released along with the release of this board. That will be stipulated around August, so look forward to that. For final words, let me try the board real quick. It's a very muted profile. I think because of the I don't know what foam they use, Poron.
I think it's Poron.
It sounds kind of like Poron, yeah. The board design looks really nice. I love the screen. I think there's unlimited possibilities with the screen. The logos and all that does light up. Again, mischance with the perky RGB, but in terms of the price, I think it's really unbeatable, because for $400 odd. I think we reviewed boards E7 that is $500 to $600 that performs worse than this board in terms of the feature set. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, provided they fix some of the issues. If I'm not wrong, there are some other designs that you can choose from, right? For the bottom.
Eventually, yes.
If they go the extra mile and they machine brass plates or the bottom weights for this, if they gave us the option for that, I think this would be a really premium board. Overall, not bad. What are your thoughts?
The first thing that will come to mind in the comparison for 65% especially is the QK. When you compare this in a vacuum to this in the QK, of course, the QK will have that torque. It just talks. It's so talky. Ooh, you won't find it here. However, what you get here instead is something a bit more novel, something with a bit more character. It's not to say that the QK doesn't look good, because it looks really good, but the problem is that it suffers from a lot of problems like other boards. You need to flip it over or like look at it from a different angle to actually see that it's a custom board. But in the case of the i7 here, a lot of what makes it cool, what makes it look nice is on the top. You see it from here. There aren't that many designs available now that allow us to get this form of customizability that you can see so easily.
The QK, people buy the board purely for the sound signature. The looks and all that is just a tack on, it's just an add-on. This board screams character. You can identify it the moment you look at it, and seeing as how this is so customizable, the badges are interchangeable, and the fact that they provide the options to do so. Like for example, the EKI65, where they don't provide options. You want something unique, do it yourself. This provides everything you need to really make your board yours. Overall, this is what designers should be graduating towards in terms of such a budget landscape. $350, $400. I think it's unbeatable. And as for the sound profile, some people may like it, the muted sound, some people may not. For the people who like the PE, poppy, talky sound signature, modern. It's $350. PE foam doesn't cost that much. $5 will get you a poppy sound. May not sound as bloody good as a QK, but close. Overall, good. Goodbye.
Oh, good. Goodbye.
Rating? Not in terms of hundreds, but A, B, C, D,
A
G.
good old B.
A good old B?
A good old.
What would be an A to you?
I would dare to say that an A tier board would be Beyond's F1 with the V1 LU plate.
For me, personally, not accounting for the sound, just purely the board design alone and all that, I think I'll give it an A. If it sounds like the sound signature I prefer, which is a talkie sound signature, I would probably give it an S. Yeah.
I didn't say that. It's him.
It's me.
It's not me.
Yeah. I think the programming is really complicated, but I'm assuming that can be shortened down. So if they are able to, implement that whole, just upload the GIF, have it on the screen, that'll be perfect. If not, there's some polishing to do. But yeah, great board. Good board. Good job.